Hello! This is an unscripted video. I've done this once before. Here I am doing it again. I've watched Terrifier. Was I terrified? No, I was not terrified of Terrifier. I was disturbed more than anything. I think that was the point of the film. I don't know. Fair warning, I might stumble over my words a little bit more than I usually do. But this is my video, so hello, you beautiful f***ing nerds. Welcome back to yet another video, and as the title of this video suggests, Terrifier sold my pancreas to goblins. I did the misogyny video a couple weeks ago, and that did really well, and people commented that Terrifier sucks really bad because of the excessive violence towards women. And yeah, you're correct. Thank you for watching the video. I don't really know what else to say. It's just Art the Clown, James Howard Thornton, is it James Howard Thornton? I'm pretty sure it is. If not, then slap me in the head and the face. But he's doing a great job. I love watching him. He was amazing in the film. Like, his flamboyant acting, very much Freddy Krueger inspired. And yeah, it's good. It's enjoyable watching him on screen. He's doing a great job, honestly. But that's the only good thing I can say about the film, is that the main slasher villain does a good job, and he does look f***ing creepy. Like, yeah. The design, the design of art is really good. Like, it's there. The problems arise when the kills start to happen on screen. And at first, it's fine. Slasher film, you know, it's fine. Conceptually, the film is art kills everybody that he can see. And being a fan of Friday the 13th, I don't expect any more of a concept from a slasher film. One of my favourite Friday films, actually, is Friday Part 3, which is a bunch of teenagers go to the woods and get killed by Jason Voorhees. That's the plot of that film. Regardless, you know, I was about 20 minutes into the film, and I was watching it with my partner, and we were just saying that it's a little bit excessive. There was that one kill at the start with the guy in the pizza place. You know, maybe it lingered on a little bit too much. First thought that I had was that the practical effects look good. Like, they look convincing. The blood is like the right shade. So the practical effects are good, right? But then, God, I don't know. There's a scene in the film where one of the women in the film get brutally murdered, and it is insanely disturbing, and not in the good way, not in the way where it's enjoyable. Like, that sounds a bit fucked up, doesn't it? Like, oh yeah, it's you know, someone's brutally getting killed on screen, but it's enjoyable. Like, you know, like the Saw films have that appeal to them. Like, it's gore porn, right? They have that appeal to them where you go and watch the film to see these people possibly escape from the jigsaw traps or get brutally killed in the process. Like, that's the appeal of the film. The difference between Saw and Terrifier is that Saw kind of embraces that, and I mean, this film embraces violence to the maximum, but Saw kind of embraces that and makes that, like, that's the gimmick, right, of Saw. Like, that's the whole thing about Saw is that, right? Terrifier is violent, yes. You have to draw the line somewhere, and when you have women that have been stripped of their clothes, be hung upside down and then sawed in half from crotch down, that's where I would draw the line. Like, it's not even the death. It's like, yeah, it's brutal, but like, it lingers on so much. The whole scene is like a minute long. Like, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, you know, it's a minute long, but when you're sitting there for an entire minute watching a woman get sawed in half, who is naked, be strung up upside down, like it's a lot, you know. And I feel like the women in the film get a lot more of that. Like, yes, some of the guys get brutally killed. None of them are stripped. None of them have anything done to their crotch or genitals or anything like that. You know, the men in the film get stabbed in the head, decapitated, their hands cut off. That is about it, I think. I watched it last night and I've already forgotten. Yeah, that's the only one in the film that's like, yeah, that's brutal. And then the other women, there's two other women in the film that is just, I'm just sitting there like, okay. The editing is a bit naff. Yeah, it's a lot of the dialogue just kind of feels artificial.
Do you need me to wait for you, or?
I'll be alright.
You remember how we came in?
I remember.
Okay. Well, you have a nice night then.
You too.
And I feel like even the sound is, I'm not having a go at the film for its lack of, you know, technical ability, but I am having a go at the film for its lack of technical ability. The sound design in place is just missing. I don't know if that was just me and the speaker that I watched it on. There's bits where there should be impact, like when one of the leads, the girl is hitting Art with like a 2x4 or whatever that was, and there's no like impact sound. Like he's being whacked through shit, and it sounds like he's being whacked with like, you know, a piece of paper or something, like. Yeah, the two other women in the film, they, one of them survives. Spoilers, like, what the one of them survives, and she gets her face gnawed at by Art, which is pretty f***ed up. And then we see her at the start, but we don't know it's her yet. And then she starts killing, she kills the the talk show presenter at the start. And yeah, she gets dealt the worst hand out of pretty much. Actually, no, the girl that I don't know the name. Dawn, was that the blonde girl's name? Dawn. Yeah, she gets the worst hand. Then I would say the Tara's sister. Don't know what her name. Vicky. Vicky gets the worst hand after that, and then Tara gets the least worst hand in the film, probably, and she just gets shot and stabbed. And yeah, it's excessive shooting, but after you watch a woman get sawed in half, who's strung up and naked, being shot in the head multiple times is nothing. Yes, this is not a transformative, groundbreaking slasher film. It's just excessively violent, and it has barely a plot to begin with. Like, these girls are coming home from a night out, and it's Halloween, and they bump into Art the Clown at a like diner, like a pizza place or whatever, and he's creepy, and then they walk back to their car, their tire is slashed, and you see the guy there. And isn't it incredibly convenient that the place that Tara goes to the toilet in is also Art's hideout? Like, that whole building, I don't know if it's meant to be two buildings, because to me it seemed like it's the same building. The pest control guy lets her in, and he's like, oh, I need to bomb the place soon. And then that's also coincidentally Art's like hideout. Like, that's where you see the makeup, that's where he's got like the thing that Dawn gets strung up on and stuff like that. Like, that's like incredibly convenient, because the guy wasn't in on it. Like, the pest control guy wasn't in on it. I thought he would be, which would make more sense as to why they wind up in the same place that is Art's hideout. It's contrived at that point. It's incredibly convenient that they just so happen to park outside there too. Like, if they parked, like, I don't know, a couple miles down the road, like a mile back, like, I would still kill them, I guess, but I don't know. Like, the fact that the place that they go into, the house, is the same place that Art you know, hides out in, and that's where he gets up to his shenanigans, is contrived. There's a difference between all of the kills being gory and brutal, and if men were, you know, strung up upside down and got castrated and stuff like that, then I could forgive the film a little bit more, because it's everybody that gets brutal, invasive deaths. I could see the film being a little bit more like, oh, look at all these invasive, you know, deaths and people getting castrated and people getting sawed in half from the crotch down. Like, this is a terrifying movie. But when it's just one gender and they get stripped, and like, art had no reason. Like, art had no reason to take the underwear down as well. Like, I mean, I get it's the shock factor. He wanted to shock terror, but it's just sadistic. And I get that he's a sadistic character. That's not what I'm saying. He is a sadistic psychopath. I understand that. You have to look at it in a meta sense to understand, like either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. Like, you either have all of your kills be brutal and invasive and make the audience turn away and want to leave the theater, or you make it like another slasher film and just have decapitations and you know, people's hands getting cut off and stuff like that. But it after a while it gets to the point where it's just like exploitative. It's exploiting women. There's 3 female characters in the film, and all of them die brutal and horrible deaths. Well, apart from Vicky, I guess, but Do I recommend this film? Probably not. I like slasher films. I love them. And yeah, no, I got some enjoyment out of this film. Like I said, James Howard Thornton does an amazing job as Art the Clown. It's worth watching the scenes that he's in, although that's all of the scenes that have the problematic stuff. So I don't know. It's a weird one. Is it a good slasher film? No. You might ask, what does a good slasher film have to have? I mean, it definitely made me wince. Good story, good characters. This doesn't have that. It's lackluster on characters, and the kills are overly excessive. It goes two ways. There's like Friday the 13th Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. That's like, we see none of the kills. We see one of them where Jason punches the head off of the dude. We see one of those. All the other ones are cutaway deaths. And then there's this, which is the opposite side of the spectrum, where we linger on deaths way too long. Like, I understand, yeah, I want to see the death, but don't linger on it to the point where I'm just like, okay, you can cut away now. And we don't even have a good final girl. She escapes by dumb luck. And a good slasher film should have a good final survivor, not necessarily a girl. This doesn't have good characters. This is an exploitative gore fest for the sake of terrifying the audience. I guess that's why they call it Terrifier, isn't it? Yep. But there are better horror films that you could be watching. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you didn't enjoy it, hit the like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please ring that bell notification. Bang it. Hit it on the head so it rings. I wish it did that. I will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching my video. If you made it all the way to the end, you don't get shit. Bye, motherfucker.